Hey everyone, it's Nick with Us versus Herd. Yesterday, I got invited from Robinhood to try out their options for web, so we're just going to walk through that today. I'm just going to show you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and just kind of guide you through that. I don't know how many people were actually sent this email right here. It says I was one of the first users. I mean, they have millions of users, so I don't know if it was 100,000, a million, 2 million people. But if you got access to this, you can. If you got one of these emails, you can now access Robinhood for options on the web for Robinhood. Before, as you know, they recently just rolled out options on their mobile devices, iOS and Android, and they've been slowly trying to make their web presence a little bit better. Before yesterday, what I could do is if I had option positions open, I could still see them here on the website. I just wasn't able to add more. I can close these. I was able to close them out on the web, but now you can fully trade their options on the web. And this is just one of my accounts. It's one of my longer term accounts that I've been messing around with options on here. I mostly trade options on Tastyworks and Thinkorswim. This account, it's up about 50% over the last year or so. Today the market's kind of getting a little crazy. We had a pretty big morning, and now things are kind of leveling off here a little bit. So I'm just going to show you some of the things that some of the trades here. I already had some options positions on before this, which they display here. But I'm just going to go to SPY because it's one stock I like to trade options on just because of the liquidity. So when this loads up here, all right, my internet's a little slow here. Anyways, as you can see, you get the normal pane, you can buy it, but down here now you have the trade SPY options. If I click on that, you'll get their option chain. And what I like about it is you get a lot more on the web than you do on the mobile device. Obviously, the mobile device, they try to cram as much in there as possible. Here, it kind of looks more like an option chain. You still got to scroll down here to where you want to go, but it's pretty much the same. They got buy and sell at the top here. They got calls and the puts that you can switch from, whether you want to buy the calls and the puts. I do like this format here where they have, when you click the drop down here for the expiration date, they have a full calendar, so that's kind of nice to see from a visual standpoint. On the mobile, you can just see what they have on the they just give you the date. You can't really see what day it's on. So I do like that. One thing that I don't like about Robinhood in general is this break-even price. The break-even here is saying, let's say I bought this 280 call. My break-even here is 280.57. And what they mean by the break-even price is if you were to exercise this option, that's how high you wanted to go. So once you exercise the option, you would then own 100 shares. Let's say you bought a call and you exercise it, you would need it to be above 280.58 in order for you to be break-even. This doesn't account for if you're just trading the options, which most people do. When you're trading options, you are just trading the premium. You're not going to exercise it. You don't want to get assigned it. You're just going to want to trade the premium. So what I mean by that is the premium is the price, or the price that you pay here. So it's right here, it's 56 cents. You times that by 100 because you're getting 100 shares per one contract. So this is $56. This one's $32. This one's $88. This is $125, and then kind of so on. You get the idea. So I don't really like that because I don't really like the break-even price because they're assuming that people are going to exercise these. Yeah, you can if you have it, but most people aren't going to buy 100 shares of SPY, and that costs you 28 grand. And most newer traders don't have that kind of money in their account. When you do click on it, I do like that. Like on the mobile app, when you click on to get more information, it takes you to a new screen. I do like that it doesn't take you to a new screen. So if I trade options on Robinhood, I'll most likely just be using the web stuff because it does show you here the bid, the ask. You don't have to go to another screen and come back, and here you can kind of place your orders as well. One thing I do wish they had here is like maybe in the right hand corner, maybe a little graph of SPY. Yeah, you could see what the price is here. It says $279.92, but it would be nice to see kind of a little chart on the side here, kind of what it's doing. Otherwise, if you want to see a chart, you'd have to go back, and Robinhood isn't that great for charts. So what I'm going to do is one thing here. I'm going to show you on the options how you select it. I do like that if you want to just buy a call, you just hit this little plus sign. It shows up here. You say you want to be a long call, and then you can. I don't know why they don't have like a little buy box instead of just buying one. Let's see if it lets you. No. So I guess you can remove it from that. So that's nice. But what they should have here is a little buy box instead of just buying one. Maybe I wanted to buy two. You have to. There's a couple more clicks here. You have to go here. They'll click this little pie chart thing, and then you got to go custom, and then here you can make a change if you want to. The other thing that's nicer is if you're selecting multiple. Let's say I'm going to do a short call spread. That means I'm going to be short the stock. So if I go to, let's say let's sell the 279 call, and then we'll buy the 280 call. You can see here I'm it assigns a call credit spread, so it automatically makes it a credit spread here. So it kind of identifies that. It's kind of nice and easy to see here what you can do. On the web, it's not. I mean, on the mobile, I don't know why I'm saying mobile like I'm English or something. On mobile, it's a little bit more tricky. You have to hit select, and then you have to select these, and then kind of go back, and then you have to hit review. Here it kind of gives you a pane of glass, because when you're a newer trader, sometimes you get confused. Like, which one do you short and which one do you buy? It's kind of nice that it does tell you, like, if you did the opposite way. Let's say I bought the more expensive one here in the money, and I sold this one 280. That would be a debit spread. So if a debit spread and a credit spread are completely different. So if I was called debit spread, that means I am long the premium. If I'm a call credit spread, that means I'm short the premium. So big difference, and one's a long position, one's a short position. We have other videos that definitely cover this, but that kind of shows you what that is. What I'm going to do here, I'm actually just going to execute one order here, just to kind of show you the flow. Very simple, just like mobile. I'm actually just going to buy something cheap here just for example purposes. I'm just going to buy, I'll stick to, I think this is Monday, today's the 20th, today's Friday, so expiration Friday, so these expire on Monday. So I'll just do something cheap here. I'll pick this 2850s SPY calls here, and I will go to continue. Just want one. I guess you can do it here too, I guess. Review and submit. The one thing I will say is that I guess it wants me to verify my account here. The one thing I will say though, that the option prices fluctuate a lot, and you don't necessarily get the fill right away if you don't kind of go above the market, because the option prices go so fast. Let's see here, did I get a fill on that? I got a notification on my phone here. It looks like it executed, and yet it says it filled right here. But because the option prices fluctuate so much, it's hard to cancel orders in Robinhood. I did notice on mobile and on the web, you have to kind of go to your history, your notifications, or your account history, and replace or cancel and replace the order. A little bit more process. Other platforms definitely make it a lot easier, but I think this is a good step up for Robinhood. I definitely think they're taking options seriously. It is nice that you're trading free commissions. I don't think it's the best platform for options by any means. They got a long way to go in terms of how fast they get fills. They definitely get better fills on other platforms, faster fills, and also the other platforms are a lot faster. So there's some work here. Also, one thing is you can't trade. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter about web. This is Robinhood in general. You can't trade on the day of expiration. They just do that for, like I said, today is the July 20th. They do have SPY option. SPY just had options expiring today, but you can't trade them. You can't trade anything that expires on the day, so it doesn't matter if it's Facebook or Apple. They give you next week's or the next expiration that you can trade, and that's kind of annoying because sometimes you want to, if there's a big movement on a Friday, you could take advantage of some cheap options, and you could make some quick money, day trade, flip that way. I do make some good money on that occasionally, some scalping, but that's one thing that Robinhood doesn't do, mostly because I think they do it because they want to protect their the brokerage from just people, not knowing what they're doing, getting assigned or having to exercise. And also, 1 hour before close, we're coming up on 2 o'clock. If anything was expiring today, they do let you close positions if you had it open, but if anything was expiring today, they would automatically close it 1 hour before close, no matter what it was worth. And that's good for the brokerage firm. Maybe not so good for you. They're protecting their assets. They're closing out your trades if you don't know what you're doing. So, but they're not really teaching you anything. The emails just say, hey, we executed this order is all it says. So, they'll definitely, it looks like this year, Robinhood has been making huge advancements. They had option trading, they did the web, they're doing some crypto, hoping for some better strategies here. Like I wish they had, you could select an iron condor or a vertical put spread or vertical call spread, but this is not the case here. So they're definitely making some strides here.